So today we are starting with Power BI. So we will continue with our Power BI class today. I hope you can see my screen. And any question from yesterday's
Yes,
class?
we can.
Any question from yesterday's class? Okay. In the absence of no question.
Some of us missed yesterday class. So
Yeah, the videos are. I have the videos already. The videos I uploaded the video already. I uploaded the video already. Don't worry. My class is beginners friendly. Don't worry. Even if you didn't join yesterday's class, today's class is still something you can catch up with. So um, so let's start. This is the interface of Power BI. This is the interface. It's more or less like our Excel, but we have some differences. So now this is the tab where you have your visual, the pane where we have our visual. This place, this is where you have your visuals. So in cases where you want to have more than one, maybe this particular portion is not enough for you to have all your visuals. You can add more. You can add as many as possible visuals. Sorry, as many as possible fields for your visuals. As many as possible. You can add as many as possible and you can link them together. But don't worry, we'll talk about that later. So this is where you have your visuals. And the next one, the next pane, this is where you have your data set. The data set you'll be bringing from Excel. This is where you have it. It might not be from Excel, it might be from somewhere else. So this is where you'll be having it. And this is the tab where we'll be having our modeling. So we're not talking about modeling, talking about modeling maybe in our next class. So I quickly want to do something about visuals. So before we go to modeling. Now, majorly, modeling is always when you have more than one data set and you want to use those data set for your project. Since when we started our classes, we've been using only one data set. That is, it's going to be one table. So there are cases where you have different tables you want to use for a project. And there must be ways in which you connect those tables. You see, it's something like this. So in this case, they have like three data sets and they've linked them together. So there's a way you will link them together so you'll be able to achieve whatever insights you are trying to get. So you can't just link them anyhow. So there are ways in which you will link them, and that's what we use our modeling tab for. So we'll talk about modeling. So let's start. So this is our home tab. You know about get data. Get data is where someone wants to join. So get data is where we get our data from. So these are different places where we can get our data. It might be from a folder on your local computer. It might be an Excel file. It might be from a folder. It might be a PDF document. It might be in JSON file. It might be from SQL databases. It might be from online sources, like the way we said we did yesterday. So we did something like that yesterday, so from an online source. So, but don't worry, you'll get to understand all of this. We have these are still data where you can get your data from. So here we can use in transforming data. So if I click on this transform data to take me back to Power Query. This transform data, it will take me back to Power Query. So we'll talk about that too. So this is where you can insert a lot of things. Though you can still come to insert and you see a lot of things here that we can still insert. You can insert a text box, you can insert buttons, you can insert shapes, you can insert images. There are a lot of things you can do. These are visuals too that you can insert. Here you can do some modeling. Now modeling in this part is different from the modeling that we have here. The modeling we are talking about here is different. Like you are trying to create a new table. Okay, I thought someone wanted to join the class. Like you are trying to create a new table. You are trying to insert a new column, do all those things. Do all those things. Those are the things you would do under modeling. So view is where you can just like our Excel now. So you can do a lot of things with your view. You just want to manipulate the way you are seeing things. And even when you are done with the whole thing, when you are done with the whole thing, and you want to maybe you have a lot of things here. So these things can help you in changing the whole view of your visual. Can help you in changing the whole view of your visual. So you have file. So these are list of some of the um, um, projects that I've done. So it's now, if you've started your own now, you start seeing them here too. And if you want to pin it, you can pin it. You can pin and you can unpin. So that is that. So what we want to do today, this is what we want to do. We want to replicate this. That our bike project, we want to replicate it on what? On Power BI. So that is what we want to do. So let's start from the beginning. So the first thing we want to do is to go and get the data, our data set, the bike data set. So it's an Excel workbook. This is it. So to start from the cleaning, everything. So we did all those things. So this is the workbook. It's trying to display. So this is it. So you select the sheets. Instead of loading, when I load, I have load here and I have transform. I have load here and I have transform. Like I said yesterday, load now is to load it inside this Power BI tab. It's going to load it inside this Power BI tab. But transform means maybe you still have some cleaning and some manipulations to do. So you click on transform and it will take you to Power Query. Power Query is another software embedded inside this Power BI. So if I click on transform, it will take me to transform where I can do some cleaning, some manipulations before I will now come back to do.
I think
Um,
your network is breaking. Or am I the only one?
please, is she the only one or my network is breaking?
I
Yes, it's
think
breaking.
so.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
breaking quite a lot.
Okay, I'm coming. Let me try and switch the network again.
You were skipping at the point.
The network.
Yeah.
I think you should hear me now. Is it better now?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so let's go back. I think okay. So because I did, that yesterday we did some cleaning on that sheet yesterday, so it already cleaned that sheet. So I think I would have to download the sheet again. I'm coming. Hold on. Let me delete it. So I will download again. Let me go and download it again. So let's come here. Excel projects. Yes. Yeah, I've downloaded it. So let's come back. So let's come to Excel workbook. So this is it. So let's open. So this is it. So let's click on transform. So transform I said will take us to another place called Power Query. Power query is now where you do a lot of things. I already explained Power Query to us yesterday, so I won't be doing so much of explanation today. So there are a lot of things that we did while we were doing our Excel project that I want us to do here. So the first thing, I did this yesterday already, but I want to do it for the sake of those that were not around. I'll just be a little bit fast. So now, one thing is I want to start my cleaning. And before I start, hold on. What's happening? I'm not seeing the headers of that table. Okay, these are the headers. I think I've seen it now. So the first thing I want to do, what's happening now? Something is happening. Hold on, let me close and apply. Hold on, I'm coming now. Yeah. So I was not seeing this. I was not seeing all of this. So now I've seen everything. So it has come out. So now let's continue. So just bear with me. I know it's tiny. Just bear with me. And I can't zoom in. So the first thing I want to do is that okay, this ID column is actually alright. I want to remove duplicates. Don't forget. So I'll come here. That's the first thing we have to do. So now remove the duplicates. Just find the remove duplicates. So once you do that, that's remove the duplicate. And I said yesterday that as we are doing it, what we are doing is being recorded. So the first thing I did was to remove duplicate, and if I've done that, remove duplicate. The next thing for this column, I'm done with this column. Does not have any problem. I don't have any problem with this column. So the next column, what do I want to do with this next column? I want to change the hem here to married and the S here to single. So what do? I right click and I click on what? Replace values. Replace values. Someone wants to join the class. Coming.
So please, are you recording it?
Yes, I'm recording it.
Okay, thank you.
Quick question. Quick question. Why is my transform data not highlighting?
Your transform data is not highlighted yet
Yes.
because you don't have any
Yes.
data. Are you doing it on? Are you doing it already?
I'm trying to follow you. So
Hey, the thing is you don't have a data yet. So the data you want to try, which data are you transforming? Okay, your data is not
um
trans. Okay, it's not highlighting. You didn't click on that data. You know you have to check that data. Click on it.
okay, yes, that's true. Thank you.
Okay, I will appreciate if you can just listen to what I'm saying. So maybe later you just go and replicate it. You understand? Now, what you have to do now is I would start this process again. I want to change the M here to married and the S here to single. So I'll right click and I'll click on replace values. Replace value. So what am I replacing? I'm replacing M and I'm replacing it with what? Married. Come here and click on match entire cell content and click on OK. Once you do that, all this will change. So I'll do for S2. Replace values. S So our S here is going to be single. S now is going to be single. So this is sorted here already. So now I've sorted this. So I'll come to gender. I want to do the same for gender. Now for gender now, what I want to do for gender is that I want to replace values too. So now I want to replace M with male. I want to replace M with male. And still that same thing. I want to replace F with female. So nothing is wrong with my income column. My income column is okay, nothing is wrong. Okay. Number of children, nothing is wrong. Nothing is wrong. Education, I don't think anything is wrong with education. Occupation, nothing is wrong. Home owner, nothing is wrong. Nothing is wrong with this column. Number of cars, nothing is wrong. Commute distance. If you remember on our Excel, this 10 plus miles, we converted it to more than 10 miles. So I can just, instead of going to, I can still do the same thing as just come here and replace value. But instead of doing that, I can just look for where I have that 10 plus miles. That's another method. You can look for where you have that 10 plus miles. I can't find it. Okay. Right click and you see replace values. So if you right click and see replace values is already here, 10 plus miles. What do you want to change it to? More than 10 miles. That is what I want to change it to, more than 10 miles. So that is, then the next thing I want to do is that I want to add a column that will give me the age bracket. That's another thing I want to do. I want to add a new column that will give me the age bracket. So in that case, I'll come here, add column, because the column I want to add is a conditional column. So I'll click on conditional column. Conditional column. So now the first thing is to ask you is the name of the column you want to add. The name of the column is age bracket. Age bracket. So that's the name of our column. So now what is the condition? My condition now is, now I have the column name. So if age, you click on age. Now what is the operator we are using? We have different types of operator. We have equal to, does not equal to, greater than. Now if our age is less than 31, what do we call them? We call them let's call them adolescents.
Young age.
Young age. Okay. Young age. Young age. So the next thing I want to do now is add another one. I'll add another layer. That's the meaning of add clause. Now, if that same age is less than 61 now, I want to call them what? Middle age.
Middle age.
Then, if the age is not satisfying these two conditions, what will I call them?
So your middle is not spelled well. Middle.
Middle. Okay, thank you. You can see it from there. Me that I'm here going, I can't see
Yes,
it. Oh.
yes.
Okay, middle age.
You
Thank
have
you.
eagle eye, yo.
I'm not using my glasses, sorry. So I have a middle age, old age. So I'll click on OK. If I click on OK, automatically it will generate a new column called age bracket, and it will what? Give us the ages that we want. So we've been able to do that. Since we've done that, now I can close and apply. Close and apply. If I close and apply, then it will take us to our original Power BI field. Once I close and apply, now it will load. Just wait for it to load. Yes, you look at it here. The data is here already. If I click on the data field, it will come out. Just wait, it's loading. It is now there. You can see the age bracket is now there. So this is where we have our visuals. Now let's start creating our visuals. I know this is where everybody is waiting for. Let's start creating. So I remember that the first thing we created, let's create like a title. A title. Here you don't need to start creating pivot chart first. No, no, no. We are going straight. We are going straight to the visual. You don't need to create pivot chart. You don't need to. You are just going straight. Now they are not like for every of your projects you are going to the visual straight. There are some things that there are some projects that you still need to do some analysis while you are here. You still need to do some DAX. You still need to write some DAX operations while you are here. So I'll be doing that too. But DAX operation is going to be for another class. How to write formulas in your Power BI. DAX is like data analysis expressions. That is the meaning of DAX. So for the DAX we'll be writing for this part because we're writing DAX for this particular one. The DAX we'll be writing, I'll just quickly explain. We have a comprehensive class for that later. So I'm coming, I want to so let me come here, come to insert. I want to create like a text box. Now, can you see my text box? Look at it here. This is my text box. I think someone wants to join the class. This is my text box. Now I can put it to any size I want. The text box. And I can decide to move it, so you can move it to do anything. But now, why am I using a text box? The reason why I'm using a text box is because I want to what? I want to write like a topic for my chat. You understand? So I'll write what I want to have there. So I want to say bike sales. Let me make everything caps. Bike sales report. Now what I have here is kind of short. So I can do something to my font. I can increase my font. Let's have 20. Let me see how 20 will look like. Okay. I can still increase it. Let's say 24. Then if I want to, this is just based on you. I can decide to change the font. So let me see. Yeah, this is okay. And you can centralize it. Let's centralize it. I want to. Okay. This is okay. Now, bike sales report. This is okay. Now, I've been able to do this. If I decide to change the background of this, I want to change the background of this bike sales report. Have you seen it? Once I change it, you can see this is where you can change whatever thing you want. You can decide to put a title. Look at the properties here. There are a lot of things you can do here. So this is where you can have a lot of editings. So this is the background. The background is white. That is why I have color white here. If I decide to change it to another color, can you see? It is changing. It is changing. So I want to have yes, I want to have something like this. You can play with the transparency. You can just to make everything very okay. You can add border. Can you see? Me adding a border, can you see what it has done? Now there's a border around what we have there. This is just to visualize what you have. Sorry, to beautify what you have. And I love one thing again. I don't want these sharp edges. I love to make it round. So what I do is once I come here, I come to effect, I come to visual border, I open it up. Have you seen rounded corners? Then I try to increase the rounded corners. Can you see what I have now? Is giving I kind of love this. So you can have this. So now the next thing I want to do is let's start creating our charts. Now these are all the charts that we have. There are still more than this, so you can still kind of import there are a lot of charts, but these are the basic ones that Power BI provided us with. Now this is a stacked bar chart. It's something like this. Let me remove that. You can just click on, once you click on it, you can click on delete, it is going to go. Now, if I have a stacked bar chart, I have this is a column bar chart. Instead of having it in the horizontal direction, this is in the vertical direction. This is another one. This one where you have a multiple stacked bar charts, like you want to have it side by side. So, so this is the column type. When you have maybe you have two variables that are trying to compare. We'll be having something like that. So we have a lot. We have a funnel chart. We have scattered plot. We have a pie chart. We have a donut chart. We have you can even create a table. You can have a table within um your report or your dashboard. So you can have a matrix, you can have a lot of things, you can have a card. This is a card. You can have a card. I'll be showing you how we can use all of these visuals. And maybe there's going to be another class where I will talk about how you don't use visuals anyhow. There's a place where you have to use your column charts. There are places where your pie chart is okay. There are places where your line chart is okay. So we'll still talk about that. I just want to visualize this. I know you've been anticipating to say this. So I want to. So now, the first thing that we talked about. I'm coming. Sorry, we have our chart here. So now, the first thing we talked about. If I open this up, I will be able to see all the column headers from our table. These are all the column headers from our table. So the first thing we did was to get. Let's see what we have here. Sorry, we got the average income of the occupation that and the participants have. That is each occupation and their average income. So how do we do that? Each occupation and their average income. So just click on occupation. Just come here, click on occupation. Occupation. Can you see it has been able to generate the occupation for us? And you click on income. Income. Can you see what it did? It is sum of income. But what we have there is what? Average income. So I'll come here and I'll change this to what? Average. So it will be able to do the average of income for us. So it has done the average of income. Don't forget, the type of chart that was used is a stacked bar chart. So I'll convert this to a stacked bar chart. Have you seen it? This is what we have. So what we have is something like this. Yes. A stacked bar chart. So I'm done with the first one. So I think someone wants to join the class. Okay. Stacked bar chart. So the next one we are having. The next one we are having is the age group and if they said yes or no. The age group and if they said yes or no. So I'll come back here. So I'm done with this. I've played this. So I'll come to age group. Age group. Look at it. Age group. And purchase bike. Purchase bike is where you see whether they said yes or no. Whether they said yes or no. So now, what I have here should be like, okay, they are not summarizing. Hold on. So let's have, yes. Yes. This is what we have. So now, let me do that again so I will not confuse you. I want to have the age bracket. This is showing the age bracket of everybody. Now, if I take the purchase bike, so if I click on the purchase bike, it's telling me, okay, middle age. Some people said yes, some people said no. So now, what I want to do is that this is not what I want you to do. I want you to count for me. Count. Middle age, we have 790 people that are middle age. Old age, we have 100. And young age, we have 110. These are just, this is not telling us whether maybe they bought or they didn't buy. This is just the number of people that are middle age, young age, and old age. So I will convert that to what? A chart. This is it. I've converted it to a chart. So now, I will now take, you see this legend. Legend is like a way to differentiate your chart. You are differentiating with your chart. Because under purchase bike, I have either yes or no. So it's going to differentiate what we have here into yes and no. So to tell me how many middle age said are buying bikes and how many middle age are not buying bikes. So if you go to, okay, let me come to my chart. If you say under purchase bike, what do I have? Yes and no. So those are going to be the legends. So if I bring this purchase bike as a legend here, have you seen it? I brought it out as a legend. And what I can have here now is that I can say the middle age, this light blue is for no, and the deep blue is for yes. So I can see the number of middle age that didn't buy and the number of middle age that bought. So I think you are getting me now. So the next thing I want to do, the next thing that is there, I hope you are getting what I'm doing.
Yes, we are.
Yes.
Okay. So I've done this. So now the next thing is to do this. To do this. It's still the same as this. Just that in this case, we are not using the age bracket again. We are using the education level. That is what we are using. So it's just the same thing. So I can just come here and I'll click on education. Okay. Purchase bike. Sorry. I'm not doing yes and no. I want to do the count. Count. Don't use count this thing too. We are using count. Count. So we have if you use count distance, it's going to show 2 all through. Everything is going to be 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. And why is it 2? It's because for bachelors, we have 2 distinct entities there, yes and no. So it has counted distinct values, yes and no. Only yes and no, it counted it as 2. But I want to count the number of people. That's why I'm using what? Count. I'm not using distinct count. So I'll convert this to what? A chart. And I'll still use that same purchase bike as a legend. So now, because look at the way he did it. He didn't bring it by the side. He brought it on top of it. Because that's the type of chart that we chose. Stacked up. Stacked chart. So I can just convert that chart to this clustered. So if I convert that to this, I have it here. A clustered chart. This is it here. We are still going to do the arrangement later. The arrangement and the beautifying of everything will be done later. I just want you to see what I'm trying to do.
Sorry, please. What does legend mean? What does that legend? What does that
If
mean?
you look at it now, look at this. If you look at it on top, purchase bike is telling us the deep blue is for no, and the what? Sorry, the light blue is for no, and the deep blue is for what? Yes. So that is the
Okay.
meaning of legend. It's trying to differentiate. Do
Okay.
you understand?
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay.
So now, for the next one, now you have to show us the commute distance and the number of people, right? The number of people that purchase bike. So now, that is the commute distance and the number of people that purchase bike. This is always good to show by a line chart because it will show you the trend, not only the value, not only the magnitude, but it will show you how it is what it is moving. So I can generally say as the number of what, as the number of miles is increasing, the number of what people that purchased are also what reducing. Do you understand? From this chart, I can decide to click on no. If I click on no, can you see? It's showing me for only that light blue. The deep blue has gone. If I click on yes, can you see? That's why I said the chart itself is a slicer. But let's continue. Let's do this. Let's do this. So I have the commute distance. The commute distance here. The commute distance. Hold on. Then I'll have the purchase bike. Sorry. Purchase bike, yes. So I'll go for count. I'm still going to show you how this can be better. You know, I will show you, I'm always showing you the tougher method and I'll show you the simpler method. Now, the number of count of purchase bike. This count of purchase bike, now what is it counting? Basically, what is counting is, look at it, count of purchase bike. It's counting this as, this yes, that is 1. So it's counting all the entities that we have here. That is what it's counting. That is the meaning of count. That is, it's counting the number of people that we have here. That's basically what it is doing. So I'm saying, okay, the first row, 1, 2, that's what it's counting. So if I say distinct count means how many things do I have here? I have yes and no. Those are the only two things, yes and no. So it will give me 2 as distinct count. Only count will count all the rows that I have, all the entities that I have. That is not an empty cell. It won't count empty cell. So I have this as 1000. Don't forget, I want to convert this to a line chart. So this is a line chart. This is it. Yes, a line chart. But it's showing for everybody. It's not differentiating for those that what, those that buy and those that didn't buy. So what will I do? I will bring that what purchase bike as a legend. So I've been able to do this, bringing it what as a legend. I've been able to do this.
So legend is like a filter or a slicer.
More or less, but it's like a way of showing. No, without the legend now. Without the legend, it's showing for everybody. Those that bought and those that didn't buy. It's combining everybody together. But I want to do it in such a way that I want to see those that bought and those that didn't buy separately in the same chart. So the light blue now is showing me for no, that is no, those that didn't buy. And the deep blue is showing me for what? Yes, those that bought. Do you understand what I'm saying now? So I don't want to call it a slicer, but it can act as a slicer too. Are you understanding what I'm saying, sir?
Yes, I do. I do. Okay.
So now for the next one, number of cars and the count of purchase by 2. Number of cars. So now I still use a line chart for that. You can start with your line chart though. Just click on line chart. I have the line chart here. So what is to ask you is what's going to be on the x-axis? Because for a line chart you have to have x-axis. What is on our x-axis here? Commute distance. Can you see? So I will take that what? Number of cars. Where is it? Oh, cars. I'll bring it as what? X-axis. And the y-axis is going to be what? The count of the purchased. The count of the purchased. So let's increase this. Yeah. It's still remaining something, the legend, right? So I have to what? Do something to the legend. So let me put purchase bike as a legend. So this has worked. This has worked. So right now I can say, okay, I'm done with the whole chart that I presented to you before. This whole chart is just remaining all of this, and I'll show you how I'm going to generate all of this. But now there are a lot of things that I'm showing you that are here, but it's not still looking like what we have there before. Let me see. I think someone wants to join the class.
Hello. Hello.
Okay.
I just want to ask a question, please. Is there any hint on the type of chart to use?
Yes.
Because
We'll be talking about that. I said it before we started.
okay,
I said
all
it's not
right.
like you can just use any type of chart. So there is a way I would organize. I don't want that to take in much of our time, but there's a way we would organize for our next class when we talk about DAX and modeling. I want to put in how we can visualize, how we can know the type of chart we'll be using. We can't just use any type of chart. You understand? We can't just use any type of chart. So now, I just want to show you what you can do with Power BI. Because from now on, I feel, apart from you not being able to know the type of chart, and it's not like you can't do it. It's just logical things I will just explain to you, and you'll be able to get it. But now, apart from today, now, I want you to be able to start using Power BI. Do you understand? To start saying, okay, I can do this on Power BI. So now,
Sorry, is it possible to rotate some of all these charts, turn it upside down, like this bar chart, instead of being horizontal, vertical?
yes, you can decide to do something like this.
Okay. How did you do it?
You just click on it. We have the type of chart here. If you look at this chart, this one is vertical already. That's why I just clicked on it. So if I come here, this one is horizontal. I just come to horizontal. It has come back to horizontal.
Okay.
So now, um, what I want to do now is that I want to add like a background to what I have here. I want to add. Let me look at this chart. Look at this chart. Let me focus on this one. I want to add a background to this one. So now, if I want to edit what I have here, I want to add a background. I'll come to this format your visual. That is this visual. You'd have selected it all, and I'll come to format. So this is the place where I can do a lot of what? A lot of editing to my visual. So now I'll come to general. You see a lot of things that you can have here. You see a lot of things that we can have here. Can you see the title? The average income by occupation is on already. Average income. If you want to centralize it, can you see? This is where you can centralize it. Once I click on centralize, can you see? It's already centralized. So I can close that up. What I want to do is under effects. I want to add a background. And I want to add like a blue background. And I don't want something to, yes. I hope you can see the way the background is. I'm playing with the transparency now to tell you how deep in it will be. Do you understand? So now,
Yes, we do.
yes, I can maybe, do I want to add shadow? You can decide to add shadow. So if you add shadow, can you see the way it is now? It's like you place the card on it. Can you see the shadow? Can you see there's a shadow around this now? So you can decide to place a shadow on it. I want to make these corners, I want to make it rounded too. These corners, I want to make it rounded. So I'll just click on it. Still come to where we have it. Come to general. Come to effects. So come to visual border on it. And that rounded corners, I will just increase it a little bit. I'll just increase it a little bit. Can you see what we have? I think this is nice. This is nice for a very good presentation. Now, what I just did, I want to do for others too. I want to do for others. I don't have to, since I've done for the first one, I don't have to start repeating for others. What I have to do is, I will just select it. Come to your home. There's something we call format painter. You see this format painter? I've selected this first too. I'll select this first. This format painter, if I click on it, I'm telling it that what I have here, paint it for me. What I have here, it has copied what I have here. That is the formatting of what I have here. I will now paste it on this particular chart. Once I paste it on this particular chart, that chart too would assume that format of the first one. Can you see? This one too has changed. If I want to do for this again, I'll click on either of them, click on format painter, and I'll click on the chart I want to what? Format. If I want to do for this, I'll click on either of the three, click on format painter, and I'll click on either of this. If I want to do for the next one too, click on format painter, and I will click on this. So now, it's not like you just have to start doing it one by one for all of them. Are you understanding it? So now I can start something. I can start arranging. I want to arrange. You can actually align your charts. There's a red, you see a kind of red line that will tell you, okay, your charts are being aligned. So it's long. I don't want it to be that long. I'm aligning my charts. Yes. Yes. Okay. Hold on. So now this is getting better. So now the next thing I want to do The next thing I want to do. We have a perfect project that I have for Power BI. This is just like a class. But if you can replicate this and make it more beautiful. Now, if you notice, I'm not using too much of colors. I'm not using too much of colors. If you use too much of colors, everything is just going to be shining. I don't like. It's not going to look professional. I'm just using blue all through. So I'm just blending between the colors of blue. Just when your chart is having more than 3 colors, I don't really think is, and I don't really like bright colors like that. Maybe having like yellow, all these. By the time you open your chart and it's already affecting your eyes or something, I don't like it. So it makes having cool colors will make your chart look more matured. You just don't want to. I will show you my first visual when I was learning Power BI. I thought I was already good. So with progress, I already knew that first chart it was nonsense. So now, one thing about Power BI is that you can have like a general intro. When I say general intro, like an overview of your data set. Look at what I mean. I'm talking about all of this. And look at what I have here. Total number of participants. This is okay. Number of males, number of females, number of people that purchased bike, number of people that didn't buy, the average income of everybody. This is what I want to do now. This is what I want to do now. And to do this, I need to write some codes. These are the codes I wrote to generate all of this. These are the codes. And these codes are called, in Power BI, they are called DAX, Data Analysis Expressions. They are called DAX. DAX is going to be another topic in another class. And that's probably next week, because today is Sunday already. But I will show you what I've done. It's not a type of code that is so difficult. I will show you what I've done. So, I'm coming. Now, where am I going to put my DAX? You see something called enter data. Yeah. I want to create another folder. I have a folder here. Sorry, like my table. Yeah. This is this here. This is my table. Let me cancel this. So let me show you. This is my table. Another table, I have different columns. These are all my columns. But I want to create another place where I will have all the formulas I want to write. A folder that will house all the formulas I want to write. So I'll come to enter data. Those DAX expressions, most of the time we call them measures. So I'll write measures. I want to put it as measures. That is what you can decide to put anything you want. It's just a name. And once I load it, you see it here. Just wait, you see it here. Have you seen it? Measures. So now the first thing I want to do, if I click on it, if I right click on it, if I right click on this one, and I had, have you seen new measure? I'm coming. Let me right click on measure. I've right clicked on it, and I write new measure. It's going to bring out a tab for me. Have you seen the tab? This is the tab, measure. This is the tab, measure. So now, what do I want to do? I want to get, what's the name of the measure I want? The total number of participants. So I will say total participants. That is the name. You can decide to put any name you want. Total participants. Equals, now, how do I do it? How do I get the total number of participants? Who can give me something I can use to get the total number of participants? From here, we can do a lot of things, but who can give me how I can just go about it? Can we count the number of rows that we have to get the total number of participants? Will that work?
Maybe we'll use some if.
No, I'm talking about if we count the number of rows that we have. If this Power BI can help us count the number of rows. This is a participant. This row 1, that's one person. Row 2, that's another person, right? So if they can count the number of participants, count the number of rows, you should be able to get the number of participants with that, right? Will that work? Nobody's talking.
I believe so.
Yes, it's going to work because by the time I start counting the number of rows, it means the same thing as the number of participants. So there is a function called count rows. Count rows, have you seen it? Look at it here. Count rows is used to count the number of rows in your table. So look at it, count rows. So which table are we talking about? The name of our table is bike buyers. So it's telling us that after writing count rows, the first thing it's asking for is the table. And what's the name of our table? Bike. Immediately I type bike, it's going to bring it bike buyers. So I'll close the bracket. Enter. I don't know what happened. Okay, bike buyers. It has done it. Enter. It has gone. It has gone. So now, is here already? Total participants. So now, if I create a card, this is a card. The card is just something you can just add something to. You can just add maybe a figure to it. And I put this number of participants on it. Can you see? It's showing the total number of participants, which is 1,000. The total number of participants, which is what? 1,000. So that is what card will do. Card will just give you like a figure to show you, okay, this is the total number of what? Participants. Maybe you want to represent something with a figure. A card will do that for you. 1,000. The next thing I want to do, I hope you all understand what I just did.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
we do. Yes, we do.
Okay. So the next thing I want to do now is to get the total number of what? Okay, before I do that, let me do number of average income. Average income. This average income. So I'll still go back to my measure. Where I have my measure. Sorry, this is not the table. This is not the where I have my measure. I'll add a new measure. So now that measure now, I want to call it average. Sorry. Average income. So now my average income now, there's a formula called average. Average. So this is its average. Average of what? What is the column name? It's asking for the column name. And which column are we looking for the average? The income column. Right? Look at it. The income column. Bike buyers. Bike buyers is the name of the table. And what is inside is the column. Income. Or better still, you can just type income. So far you know the name of the. Look at it. It has come out already. Income. Then you close the bracket. Enter. It has done that for us. So if I want to show it on a card again, I'll just click on the card. I have another card here. This is another card. And I'll drag that what? Average income. I'll drag it here. Have you seen it? It has given us the average income of everybody, which is what? 56.36k. That is like 56,360 something. So can I change this to normal number? I don't want it to be showing like this. Yes, you can do that. So you just click on it. Once you click on it, I'm coming. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. So once you click on it, you come here. So the call out value, you click on call out value where you edit, because I want to edit what I have here. I don't want it like this. So the call out value, the display units now, you want it to show in thousands. To show in thousands. Okay, sorry. To show in thousands is going to be like this. If I want to show it in millions, you know, if I have something like 1 million in normal context, it's going to show, if I put it in millions, it's going to show 1 point something M. But I want to show it. If I don't want anything, don't write anything for me. Just write it the way it should be normally. I'll click on none. So if I click on none, it's going to show me the way it should be normally. And if I want to reduce the number of decimal, I can come here and reduce the number of decimal. I don't know why it's not. I don't know why it's not working. Just okay. This has worked. So it's not showing. I don't want this decimal. So I'll come to average income. Come in. Whole number. Now, that's giving us as a whole number. But I want a comma here. Because I want a comma, just click on it. I want something like 56, then comma. So this comma here, you can just put it. If I put that, it's going to show the comma. So these are just the normal editing you can do with all of this. Now, our task is going to get a little bit advanced now, because I want to get the total number of meals. There's a function called calculate function, and this is how we use it. I want to get number of meals. How do I get the number of meals? You get the number of meals from the calculate function. Because if I go to my normal chart, there is no place on my chart that is showing me where I can get the total number of meals. The only place that I know is where I can just count. If I can be able to count the meals that I have under the gender column, if I can count the number of meals that I have. So now, how can I do that? So I'll come here, number of meals, I'm still writing it. There's something we call the calculate function. You use the calculate function. What does calculate function do? Now, it evaluates an expression in a context modified by filters. Now, what do I mean? It means that you want to filter out something from a possible outcome. I don't know if you are getting what I'm trying to say. Now, from this total number of participants, I want to get the total number of meals. Because the total number of meals will have to come from somewhere. It has to come from the total number of participants, right? So even before you can get the total number of meals, you must be able to get the total number of participants. It's like saying you want to get the total number of people that are working in a professional environment. That is professional. You must get the total number of people first before you can get the total number of professionals. So now, the first thing you need two things. That total. That's the first thing you need. That's the first thing that you need to put here. And that total number of participants, we've calculated it before. And what did we use in storing it? Total participants. Don't forget, it is a total participant. Once you are writing it, it's going to come out itself. Total, look at it, total participant, because we've calculated it before. Just click on it. I'm not done. Total participants, you've done that. You put a comma. Then the next thing you want to do is that filter. What I want it to calculate now are the males, right? I want it to calculate the males from this total participant. So what will I do? I will not tell it that go and look for the gender column. Gender column equals, where that gender column is equal to what? You now type it. You have to put that in what? A double quotation. You now write it the way it is on our what? On our data set, male. You type the male the way it is on our data set, male. If the M here is small letter on our data set, you have to make it small letter too. So you have to tell it that from this total participant, go to the gender column and go and look for where it is male and go and count them for me. And you click on OK. You click on enter. Once you do that, you've been able to generate a card. Let's have a card. Now I have number of males here. I can drop that number of males here now. It has worked. Number of males, 51. If I want to do for females, it's going to be the same thing. Just that now, where I wrote male, I'll be writing what? Female. So now I'll come here, I'll add a new measure. So this is going to be number of what? Females. Which is equal to what? Use the calculate function. Total participants will come first because I'm going to be taking number of females from total participants. You put a comma. From the gender column, gender, look at it. Gender column. Where that gender column is equal to what? It's equals to female. Okay, sorry. Female. Then I'll put it, I'll click on enter. That's what. Number of female. So I can click it, I can click on the card now. And I'll draw that number of females on the card.
Please, how do you click on a card? Sorry, this is a little small for my eyes.
Just click on it. See the card. Just click on the card.
Okay.
So this is it. It's getting better. It's getting better. Now I can see. Can you see the number of females and the number of males? If I add both of them together, they are still going to give me what? 1,000. So now I want someone to now tell me, I want to get the total number of people that purchased bike. How will I do that? Total number of people that purchased bike from what I just explained to you. If I want to get the total number of people that purchased bike, let me come back here. When I wanted to get the total number of people that bought bikes, sorry, that are males, I came to gender and I chose male. If I want to get the total number of people that purchased bike, what will I do?
You do the calculate purchase bike, then yes.
Then I'll use yes for those that purchased bike. So for those that didn't purchase bike, what will I use?
No.
No, that is it. So now, I hope you are getting it. So if I want to get, let's assume I want to get the number of people that are married, what will I do? I will say calculate
marital status. Okay.
And marital status is going to be what? Married. And those that are single, I will say marital status equals what? Single. I hope you guys are getting it.
Yes, we do.
Okay.
Very good.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
So let's create for those that bought bikes. For those that bought bikes. So I will say
measure.
Yes. I'll just say, what should we call them? Let me just call them bike buyers. Bike buyers is equal to, then I'll use my calculate function. Calculate. The expression is going to be the total participants, right? Comma.
Sorry, are we using a bracket function for this calculate? I can't see properly.
Yes. After the calculate, there's a bracket. So then I'll have.
Can you close it again?
Yes, I'll close it again. Purchase
they
bike.
are just like that sum if account is.
Yes. Purchase bike. Now my purchase bike now has to be what? Equal to. Yes. You must write the yes the way it is on your data set. Don't forget. You close the bracket and you click on enter. So I've done that. So I'll create a new measure for those that didn't buy immediately. I'll create the two cards together. So what should we call those ones? Let's call them
non-bias.
Non-bias. Thank you. I hope you just understand what they are trying to pass across. That's the main thing. Equals calculates, the calculate function, total participants, you put a comma, purchased, sorry, yeah, purchased by equals
No.
Sorry, will it be giving you suggestion that you used to do in Excel?
yes,
Okay.
equals no. So I've done for the two. Let me create the two cards. Those that bought. Let me have them here. Number of meals. No, sorry. Let me just bike buyers 481. So I'll create another card. Non-buyers 591. 519, sorry. So now it's not left for me to now arrange them. So that's what I have now. So the first thing I want to do, if you want the background to be the same as this one, just click on this. Click on format printer and put it on this. So you can see it has worked. And I'll do the same for the rest too. For this, for this, for this, for this, for this. Then I'll arrange.
Please, how did you manage to do it that it has to copy everything at the same time and perform the same function?
I clicked on format printer. That was what I just explained now. I'm coming. I clicked on format printer. Look at it, this format printer. If you click on this, and I click on format printer, and I drop it here, whatever has happened here, it will happen here too. So if I want to pass it to this one, I'll click on format printer again. I'll pass it here again. Do you understand, sir?
I got your point, but what I'm asking is, we were doing it one after the other time, but you just copied everything at once now, and it affected all the boxes.
Yes. All the boxes, they were transparent. The background was transparent, I mean. All the boxes, the background was white before.
Yes.
So I want the background to be the same as this one. So I copied the background of this using this one. I copied it to this one. I copied it to the first one using format painter. Once I copied to the first one using format painter, I copied from this first one now to the second one. From this second one, I copied to the third one. From the third one, I copied to the fourth one. Do you understand?
Okay.
So this is just me playing around with the whole thing. So I just want to.
I think the question you wanted to raise is that you are not going back to the format center. Immediately you press this one, you are just going there.
I'm going there. I went there.
Okay.
He goes to format painter each time before he
I'm
goes
going to the format painter
right?
each time. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, these total participants that I have here, total participants, I want to have a title up here, not down. So now, look at what I will do. I've clicked on it. Let me go back. If you don't click on it, you'll still be seeing this chat. Once I click on it, you will not see the chat again. Once I click on it, so you still see the chat, but you can now edit. You see this format your visual. So now, call out label. This call out label is the one underneath. I don't want to have a call out label for this time. I don't like it. You might like it for yourself, but I will remove the call out label. Now, if I remove the call out label, can you see it has gone? Then I'll go and create my own title for it. I'll create a title. I'll come to general. Then I'll create a title. Title is off. I'll on it. I'll now create a title. The title I want to put is total participants. The reason why I do that is because the title now is going to be at the end, at the top, sorry. Total participants.
Please share your, sir, please share your screen.
I'm sharing my screen now.
Wait, I can't see it very well.
Your network is
I
not
don't
good.
know why.
Sorry, is my
I'm
network
seeing
good?
the screen. I'm seeing the screen well.
No, your
But I
network
can
is
see the
fine. Maybe
screen.
it's from her.
Probably your network now. So can you see now? The total participants now is now here. Let me see if I format printer for this one. Maybe it will work for the others. It removed it, but it didn't put the title. I'll have to go and put the title myself. So total participants, this is total, this is males. Males. So this is going to be females. Females, yes. And don't forget, I've not removed them. For that one, I didn't remove the label. Females. Then another thing I want to do, for this one, let me remove the label. This is total number of people that bought. So I can just come here on the title and put buyers. Buyers. Here I would put on the title, I'll put non-buyers. Non-buyers. Here I would on the title and I'll put average income. Average income, yes. I did not move the, and for this too, I didn't do that. Yes. So now, because of the space, this has reduced to 56k. Hold on. Okay. Average income. Yeah. So now for these two, I want to
Hello,
so now
sir.
yes
Hello.
ma'am.
Hello, sir.
Yes ma'am.
Yeah,
Yes ma'am.
this text box. I noticed that anytime you click on it, it starts to come out. If we don't want that text box to be coming out, can we use those shapes instead of using the text box?
We should use what?
Is it possible? The shapes, there is where they have shape.
Yes, if
You
you
now
yes,
select
okay.
a
If
rectangle.
you put a shape there, the shape will
Mm-hmm.
just be there. You can't write anything inside it.
I
You
thought
can't
we can
put
actually go to the visuals, the other side, on the right side. I thought we can actually go there and type what we want inside.
I'm not getting what you're saying, man.
That's if we use the shapes, I thought
Yeah.
we can go to a
What you
place
don't
where
want,
we have that format that I think the second, that's the
okay,
that
okay, okay,
icon that is
okay,
after
okay,
that.
okay. I'm coming,
Uh,
I'm coming. Let me try and you said we should insert a shape. Let's insert maybe a
mm,
rectangle.
a rectangle. And so
Now look
if
at
we now come to that
this.
format
This
side,
is
that place,
I'm coming.
mm-hmm.
Now it has added. Look at it. Can you see? It
Okay,
has added,
okay,
but the shape still remains.
okay.
Can you see? This is not going to work for us. Only
But
if
you
you want to.
can bring
Mm.
the text forward.
But
Let it be on the
then you
shape.
can have something like this. You now have to. But this is long. This is not. I don't think this is. I don't like this. For me, oh, I
Mm.
don't really. I don't
So
really.
that text, that text
You don't want
that
this to.
informant, this is like
You don't want this.
yes, every time,
No, no,
yes,
no, no,
every
no.
time it's coming out.
You just go to a blank space and just click on it. It's going off.
Okay,
And if you want to move it,
okay,
let's assume. I know you have. I face the issue too. If you want to move it now, let's say I want to move this. Eh?
mm,
It's still on the edit mode.
okay,
But once the cursor has changed, can you see? Can you see the cursor now? The
yes,
cursor is split, right? But once the cursor
yes,
has
yes,
changed, you can move.
yeah,
She has
You
OCD.
can drop. Do you understand? But if you don't want to see this, you can just come to an empty space and you just click on it, the empty space.
okay,
It's like some
okay.
sort of OCD.
What did you say, sir?
It's like OCD, like some sort of OCD. She doesn't want to sit. It's hiking her, it's
Yes.
pinching her. She doesn't like to come on.
I don't think she has OCD. So so now then another thing. I want to insert sliders, right? Sliders. I want to insert gender slicer. So this is the slicer. You see it here. Coming. This is slicer. Slicer. You see it here. Slicer. So if I click on it, so which column do I want to use as a slicer? The gender column. I want the gender column as a slicer. Yes. Can you see the way the slicer is coming out? I don't want it like this. But that is something we can actually work with. We can actually work on. Can you see the gender? If you don't want your gender like this, so your slicer like this, just come here, come to slicer settings. It's showing as a vertical list, but you want it as what? A tile. Have you seen it? Yes, this is it now. This is what I want. Gender. Yes. So with this now, I can copy this and paste it again. I have multiple. I have multiple sliders of gender. But that is not what I'm trying to do. You see what I'm trying to do now? Instead of creating another one from the beginning,
How are you doing it? Are you right clicking or what?
I'm just pressing. Once I click it, Control C and Control V. Control C to copy and Control V to paste.
Okay.
So now, instead of having for the second one, I'll click on the second one. I don't want gender. I'll just unclick this gender and I'll go and pick. What do we have? Let me see. What do we have? We have marital status. So I'll just come back here and I'll click on the marital status. So can you see married and single? And for the last one, I'll click on it. What do we have there? We have the region. So I'll come back there and I'll unclick gender and I'll click on region. Region, yes. And if I want my slider to have the same background as these people, just click on one of them, come to click on format painter and drop it. Yeah. That's if I want. If you want it to. So so you can do for the rest too. So just click on this, click on format painter and drop it on this. Yes, this has worked. Yes. Yes. Yeah. So now this has worked. So we can now start. You can start your whole process. You can click on female. Can you see everything is actually single. Now I clicked on female and I clicked on single too. These two, they are already selected. So this is showing me for the females that are single. So I have how many females that are single? 250. Females that are single, 250. Why is this one not zero? This one should be zero now. Hold on, I'm coming. Hold on now. Okay. Okay. So this one is standing alone as an entity. So forget about the males. So once I click on female, the total number of female is what? Normally is 498. The other participant, because I've clicked on female now, is already what? 498. Our buyers too have what? They've reduced.
489.
Yeah. Sorry, 489. Sorry. So we have all of this. This is changing now. If I click on North America, so what this is telling me now is that females that are single that are in what? North America. So if I click on management again, so it's telling me females that are single in North America that are in management. So there are 23 females. 11 of them are buyers and 12 of them did not buy. And the average income is what? 79,000. So with this Power BI, this can actually give us more insights. It can drill down more. There are still a lot of things to do. There are still a lot of things we will still learn with our Power BI. So this is basically what we have. So any question? I hope you enjoyed this class. So let me
Yes.
stop.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, I did.